Greetings and salutations. This is Aaron, growing in Portland, and I am in Parkrose District, Zone 9A in Portland, Oregon. And I thought we'd do a full tour today of my homestead. Everything that I'm growing, everything that I'm doing, and we do it gonzo style, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna try and do it all in one take. You know, if I have to stop somewhere, then we'll zoom in, but I thought all in one take would be a lot of fun. So let's start on my driveway here, and as you can see, I have created a large strawberry patch. I'm utilizing every space. I have a really cool driveway. My house is not on the street, so I don't have to deal with street level noise. And as you can see, I had a full strawberry harvest this year. Just really good strawberries. These are the remainers. And they're really good. Nice and tasty. As you can just see, strawberries everywhere, including the weeds. Oh, looks like we have some more here. It's not totally ripe, we'll leave it alone. As you can see, the runners are trying to make across the driveway here. I'm gonna have to redirect them or cut them off. Just massive strawberries here, and ooh, I see a big one right here. Let's see if it's ready. Not completely, but this plant looks kind of sick. Anyway, we'll take a look at that one later. If anybody knows what that is, it's some sort of curl here. Yeah, and if anybody knows why these are sick, and you can leave me a comment. So let's continue on to the tour here. I have this beautiful tree here. It is a plum tree that I share with my neighbor, and the plums do come over to my side of the yard, and my neighbor is very generous, and she shares her harvest with me, and I absolutely love those plums. I make plum jam and everything else. As you can just see, there are just strawberry plants everywhere, and this is only half of them. And now we're getting to the front of my property here, where all the good stuff is. Well, there's good stuff everywhere. Right here, let's start here at this side of the fence here. These are some golden raspberries that I planted last year. Very delicious. These are some Hass-caps. I didn't get any Hass-caps this year, but I know they're quite good because I had them last year. And while we're walking by, let's not forget about this tree here. It is a pluot. I just planted it in early spring. Hopefully it'll take off. And I do not remember what this is, but I see a berry on here. Oh, let's see what that is. See what it tastes like. See if I can identify it. I totally forgot what this is. Oh, that's really good. That's a honeyberry or a currant. It's definitely not a currant, but man, was that good. God, I should have left a little thing on here to identify what kind of plant this was. I must have taken off the tag. What a shame, but that was absolutely delicious. Over here are some gojo berries. Is that how you pronounce it? Or jojo? Let's see. I got the tag on there, yeah. Goji berries. Yeah. No berries yet, but you know, it's all good. And here is a granny apple tree that was in the Home Depot parking lot for 20 bucks. I felt sorry for it. It was looking sad. And a strawberry plant and a bunch of flowers, just letting it do its thing. Hopefully this tree will take off. I've got my blackberries over here. Man, these are good. Let's see if there's any left. I've been eating them all week. Let's see here. That one kind of, oh, it came right off. That means it's ripe. Oh, my goodness. That was so good. Oh, wow. Wow. This is the first half of my raspberry plants. As you can see, the raspberries are doing quite good this year. So, in fact, they've been doing so well that my freezer is filled. I've already made raspberry ice cream, jam, and I've been giving them to all my neighbors, and all my neighbors have been so appreciative of all the raspberries that I've been giving them. Sorry, that was just really good. So delicious. Let's continue on with this tour. I hope you're all doing good. And the reason why I called this channel Growing in Portland, because it's my spiritual journey from leaving California and going to Portland and starting my life over again. And I'm taking you along with the journey. Now this is a currant, and I absolutely love currant berries. Here are some currants here. I'm sorry I'm eating, but these are just so good. I can't say enough good thing about currant berries. So delicious. I've got more over here. This is another one. And right here is my nectarine tree. And I had to spray it earlier in spring for leaf curl. It's starting to come back, the leaves. I've wrapped up the fruit here in the hopes that I will get some nectarines later on in the season and I will enjoy them. Let's continue on with the tour here. This is a tomato. I believe this is a Santa Maria, whatever you call those, sauce tomato. It's just started. It's doing well. And you know, I got nothing good things to say about tomatoes. Hopefully, you know, it's July 1st. So this, well, actually it's June 30th. This will post probably on July 1st. Hopefully it'll take off. Let's continue on with the tour. Well, yeah, let's go this way. As you can see, all my melons and my corn is doing quite well. And the reason why I have it covered right now is because the crows were chewing this bad boy up. And then this is just a temporary stopgap measure. As you can see, this is only gonna last a couple more days, and I'm gonna have to remove this and figure out a game plan to keep the crows from eating all my corn. Because you know, it's, I don't know why those crows gotta be such player haters, but they are definitely haters. This is a honeyberry, I believe. All the honeyberries are gone for the season. Yeah. Oops. This is what happens when you're doing one shot. Yeah, this is definitely a honeyberry. Very good stuff. I enjoyed it earlier in the season. Very delicious. These are some blueberries. I have tons of blueberries. As you can see, the ones that are getting ripe are covered up. That's because I don't want the birds eating them. And here, as you can see, blueberries are actually purple. Oh, that's good. I absolutely love blueberries. Oh, look at that. That's asparagus that I planted. Oh, that's a bonus. Nice to see that the asparagus has come up and doing its thing. Thank you, asparagus. That's a huge strawberry plant that just produced a ton of strawberries this season. So good. I don't think there's any left, actually. Yeah, I ate them all. And so did the squirrels. The squirrels and I were fighting over those. These are some flowers that have all come back from last season. Doing quite well, I must add. And this is my mulberry tree. As you can see, it's getting tall here. They said it could get up to 15 feet tall, and I don't doubt it. I am going to prune it back at the end of summer. I believe I ate all the mulberries already. There was only a few. There's a few left, but they are not ripe, and we are not going to eat them when they're not ripe. If you saw my short there, you can tell that I definitely like them. And here is my peach tree. You can see that branch is a little overweighted. It's also recovering from leaf curl. I'm trying to ripen out these two peaches Well, the bag's kind of covering up. As you can see, the bags are covering up, but you know, it's starting to come back from leaf curl. I definitely had to spray it with some copper. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's definitely coming back. And over here, I just decided to randomly plant carrots in the middle of the lawn for whatever reason. And you know, they're actually doing quite well. You can see so well that I may have to remove the cover here soon, which I'm doing just to keep, uh-oh, but a wasp got inside. So we might need to remove that so that the whatever bees and wasps got trapped in there can get out. Here is some mint, some mojito mint, and some more blueberries, onions, parsley, onions, asparagus. I believe those are sunflowers that I just planted. There is a big onion right there that's coming up. I can't wait for the sunflower. Some more blueberries that are covered up because I want to be able to eat them because you know how the birds can be. And this is I believe, let's see here. This is an angelica for whatever, it's an herb. I guess I bought that at some point. I guess I forgot about that. Oh, here's a weed. You know, this is what you gotta do. And we'll randomly just pull out some weeds. Put that in there. All right. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Just gotta randomly pull weeds. All right, there's a beautiful flower that I can't remember the name to. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments if you remember what this flower is, but it's absolutely gorgeous. More blueberries, some tomato starters that I'm just randomly throwing in the ground because I have so many tomato starters. And look at this gorgeous bad boy. This is my artichoke. Absolutely love artichoke. I don't think this one's ready yet. Nope, it's not squeaking yet. This is the one I'm gonna eat, and this is the one I'm gonna let flower, including that one down there. Because you got to let your artichoke flower so that they come back the following year. Because if you cut off all the flowers and winter comes in and kills them all, then you're out of business. As you can see, my blueberry plants are doing quite well. There's another tomato starter that I just randomly planted there. There is some cilantro that is now flowered. More blueberries, more blueberries. That is some sort of herb that I planted that I forgot about. I'm very good about planting stuff and forgetting about it. More herbs. I believe that is red lettuce. Over there is some more cauliflower. The Egyptian walking onion. I just love Egyptian walking onion. I don't ever actually eat it. I just love how it flowers. It looks like an alien and then bends over and then grows. There's some more herbs that have decided to flower. I randomly forgetting that stuff here. This is some sage. This is pineapple sage. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for. And yeah, I'm totally comfortable with letting my mojito mints just grow everywhere. I'll just pull it when it needs be. I'm okay with that. There's obviously my rosemary. You gotta have some rosemary in your garden. There's my plum tree. No plums this year. We got some flowers, but they didn't make it. More cauliflower. I believe this is thyme, lemon thyme. And this is kind of fun doing this tour with you. God, I hope you're all doing well. As you can see, more blueberries. There was a lot of blueberries on here, but the birds got them, which is the reason why I am covering up. Here is another blueberry plant that I have covered up so that I can enjoy little things like that, little snacks. Really good. This is a spearmint, and it has just started to flower. I've been really cutting this back. This one is really evasive. If I had to do it all over again, I would not have planted that in the ground. but it's too late now. It is what it is. It's always going to be here no matter what. It's just going to be there forever, and you're just going to be pulling it all the time. All right, let us go into the backyard. Let's have some fun in the backyard. All right, one of these days, one of my big projects that I love to is to remove all this lawn and put down some cardboard and put down mulch, wood mulch everywhere. I do not like the lawn. It is not my favorite. And as you can see, tons and tons of raspberries. This is the reason why my freezer is filled up. Hence the reason why I've made so much raspberry ice cream and jam and given raspberries to everybody. I mean, it is just taken off so much so that it's completely bending over. And as soon as the raspberry harvest is done, I'm going to be cutting all this back because it is just a monster. All right. Now that is about as ripe of a raspberry as you get. Oh my. That just melted in my mouth. I mean, if I could invite people over to harvest this thing, because I've had my fill, I would. I mean, just look at how well it is doing and how high it's getting. I mean, just gorgeous. It's like a jungle. I absolutely love it. And here are the rest of my strawberry plants. I mean, the harvest this year of strawberries was beyond epic. I mean, I had so many strawberries. You know, I gave up chasing the squirrels out of my yard. I was actually giving them strawberries in a handful because, you know, when the rains came in early June, definitely had to slug damage, all of that, you know. Had to pull them earlier, you know, but it is what it is. You learn. Mother Nature, as you can see, it's just everywhere. And you know, before we continue, I forgot a couple things in the front yard. Maybe we'll go over there and we'll take a look at the, you know what, we'll get to those at the end of the tour. Here is my Bing cherry tree. I had one Bing cherry this year and it was actually quite good. More blackberries and more raspberries, actually, in different varieties. Actually, let me go see if there's any ripe. This is a different variety of raspberry. I don't know if there's any. Yeah, no, these are not ripe yet, but man, they are big and they've actually got a nice different flavor to them. And here's my front yard. This is where I'm planting squash and watermelon and cantaloupe. And as you can see, I forgot to remove the tarp and it just took off anyway. Now I don't even feel like I need to remove it, but maybe I will. You know, it is what it is. I was hoping I also planted flowers, but maybe the tarp is what prevented the flowers from coming up. And maybe if I remove the tarp, the flowers will germinate. This is no flower and no, that is just a good old-fashioned weed. Hasta la vista. All right, and as you can, here is a different raspberry. Let's see how this one tastes. Not totally ripe, but good. These are my blackberries, another round of blackberries. And I've been covering them up because I want to be able to enjoy them because the squirrels have been trying to get these. And I'm sorry, squirrels, you can't have these. All right. Let's see how this tastes. Oh my. That is so good. I don't even know how to describe that taste. It just like melts in your mouth. Wow. This is an elderberry that has merged. This is kind of like what I like, things that's merging together. These are elderberries. I am not a fan of these. I'm not going to eat these. I am just going to leave these for the squirrels. These are all my grapes. And as you can see, they are starting to form grapes. We'll see if we get any. I don't have a trellis for them, you know, or an irrigation system. Those are things to do. This is my little patio area, and as you can see, these are the kind of damage that squirrels do. I mean, just talk about chewing through stuff. That is beyond description. These are more blueberries that I planted in the backyard. Kind of a diversive tactic. All of the blueberries got eaten by the squirrels, except maybe there's a few hiding in here. We'll see if they ripen. I get a chance to taste that variety, but I mean, the squirrels went through them. Never had a chance to even sample them. Here is my apricot tree. No apricots this year. The tree is doing quite well, actually. And I love the color right here. Just really love it. And there's a strawberry plant that I planted there. All right, and this is some more currants. I ate all these currants already because these were, I believe, were my favorite. They had a nice dark color to them. Well, I thought there were some, but looks like the squirrels got the rest of those. The squirrels, I could tell, really liked those. And this is a flower that I always forget what the name is, always comes back. And I believe these are potatoes. Maybe not, or maybe they're weeds. Maybe this is the potato and these are the weeds. I know I put some potatoes in the ground there, and I'm wondering if I forgot to pull them all and that Mother Nature is bringing them back. Here's another mulberry tree. As you can see, I've had to put these little metal things around because the squirrels are just player haters. I mean, the squirrels just like to break everything. Some more flowers and some weeds there. I kind of like the look of the weeds, so sometimes I let them grow. And these are some more currants. They're little golden currants. Really delicious. Oh, here are some right here. So you can see, they're little golden currants. Oh my, they are really, really good. One of these days when I get a huge harvest, I'm gonna have to make a currant jam. More flowers here. I forget this is a honeyberry or a currant. I know it looks like it's dying, but when the heat of summer comes, this thing always looks like this. I've been actually in Portland for 2 years, so this is my second year noticing the behavior of this particular plant. Looks sick and like it's dying in summer, but it you know, it looked like that last year and it came back no problem, so I'm not worried about it. More flowers. I am a little worried about this one. I have been watering. Let's see. I watered yesterday. Looks like the ground is already drying up. So it looks like I will be doing some more watering this afternoon. Here is my other my other cherry tree. This is the Rainier, and they are quite good. I had some earlier, only a couple. The tree is actually doing quite well. Liking it. This is a Marionberry, kind of like a blackberry, native to Oregon. And as you can see, I'm just letting it do its thing. You know, my neighbor gave me all these wooden pallets, and I'm using them to let Mother Nature grow and do its thing. That is another honeyberry. I didn't get any honeyberries on this thing this year, or the squirrels ate them. They are quite good. I mean, really good. This is another honeyberry. I did have some of these earlier, and these are quite good. There's no more left though. And this is I believe this is an Asian pear tree. Yep, it's just starting to take off. It's doing its thing. It's just started growing. Again, the squirrels are just haters. This is a black raspberry, And I think there are some black raspberries left. They are. One more. Really good. The squirrels and I have been enjoying these. Really good stuff. And it's doing a good job of growing up on these wooden pallets and doing its thing. This ground here is empty. I'm going to plant in the fall either a cherry ground tree bush, or maybe a seaberry bush, something of that variety. Oh, look, another one of my, I believe I either planted pumpkin or another sunflower seeds everywhere, and I'm starting to see them come up, which is good. As you can see, that those are some raspberry transplants, because it's not like I don't need more raspberries. More marionberry growing up on the trellis. So good. And these are more currants. Absolutely love currants. Let's see if these are any more on here. Yep. Well, here. As you can see, they're just little tiny little things here. Really good. Again, I had these things around the edges because the squirrels, I noticed this behavior last year where the squirrels chewed and gnawed off the trunk of the bush and caused it to collapse so that they could eat all the berries. I mean, they're quite smart, and I just had to cover them up and protect them and not let the squirrels do their things. Those are just weeds. More marionberries here. This one actually has some berries that are actually not even remotely being ripe yet. Hopefully I'll get a chance to taste those. This is just some random pit of stuff that's just growing. I don't even know how this stuff got here. I mean, that to me looks like a carrot. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not a weed. Neither is that. This is actually some form of either a beet or a radish that I did not plant there, which is kind of cool. And those are some more blackberry starters that I'm trying to see if they'll take off, and more weeds there. I'm also going to plant, I think I'm going to plant a fig tree in this corner here. A fig tree, some sort of tree. It's going to be perfect for a tree in the fall. Speaking of trees, here is my first apple tree. Or no, this is my second apple tree. And as you can see, I've got a couple of apples wrapped up. This is a what is that? A gala apple. That is a gala apple tree. I really like gala apple trees, hence the reason why I planted it. And my neighbor put up this large fence here, but he left the old fence, which is so cool because I'm using it as a trellis for all these blackberries. And the idea is that in a couple of years, it's just going to be filled with grapes, actually, because there's actually a grape here too. It's just going to be filled with grapes and blackberries, which I just love. And as you can see, I've got these blackberries here that are not remotely being ripe yet, so we're not going to taste them because these are going to be big black raspberries. Yeah, but let's not eat them when they're not ripe. That's not a good idea. More blackberries. You can see this thing's just taking off. Taking off. This is another pluot tree that I planted. I wanted to try a few different varieties of pluots. I just love them. More blackberries here. As you can see, the flowers are taking off. And it's just doing its thing. I mean, I just love that. These are my compost bins. Not having any luck with compost yet. I mean, I guess it's doing cold composting. It was definitely last year filled the capacity, and now it's halfway down. So So I guess it is doing some cold composting. These are a bunch of weeds, but check this out. Last year, I put in some nasturtium flower seeds and I forgot all about them. And today, I noticed that they're coming up. And there they are. I'm hoping that I will get nasturtium flowers all the way up the fence line here and just enjoy them. There's a bunch of weeds. I don't know if that's what kind of weed that is, but I'm hoping it's a milkweed and that it'll attract the butterflies later on in the season, because I absolutely love butterflies. This is another peach tree. This is a great little story here. I was over at Tony's Garden Center. If you're in Portland and haven't been to Tony's Garden Center, I highly recommend it. It's a great place. And they had this up front with no price tag on it. And actually, there's an actual Tony who owns the place. And I asked what this was, and he didn't know. And he actually gave it to me for free. And I came home and I zapped it with an app and found out it was a peach tree. So I want to thank Tony for that. That was a wonderful, wonderful gift. Limited finances. This is kind of like the poor man's version of a homestead. Any little freebie or gift is always a bonus. And here is another tree that I planted. I believe this is a pear tree. Yeah. And it's doing well. I don't know what these spots are. I mean, it's getting plenty of water and fertilizer. If somebody knows what those spots are and if I need to worry about it, leave a comment. Otherwise, I'm just not going to worry about it. And we're getting towards the end here, and these are my birdie's beds. As you can see, I've got 4 of them. Two of them are covered up to keep the insects out and to keep the squirrels out. Got some kale and onions in here and carrots. And as you can see, all of the spring, I mean, I planted so many onions that I just overwhelmed, and some tomatoes in there as well. As a matter of fact, this morning I pulled all the garlic and I put a bunch of tomato starters in here and some peppers. I believe these are jalapeno peppers and onions, and I use this mulch. I recycled the mulch, so that's good. Here's all my red lettuce and my cauliflower and my celery, which I let go to seed because I forgot to eat it, and more onions. And I just, whenever I picked my salad, I just chop it off. As you can see, more starters for sunflowers because I've just planted them everywhere, and hopefully it's not too late. Well, you know what, it's only June 30th. Even if the sunflowers don't pop up till August or September, that's fine. More red lettuce, more green lettuce, more spinach, more kale, more carrots. The carrots are just quite good. I mean, I've had so many carrots. I can't even describe to you how good the carrots have been. All right, so more celery that I let go to flower because I forgot to eat it. These are all melons, watermelons and cantaloupe that I'm putting in these grow bags because I pulled all the potatoes already, and I thought, well, let's see if melons can do well in grow bags. Those are more onions. This is one last bag of potatoes, which I will harvest as soon as these leaves die. More carrots in grow bags. I don't know if I would do that again. In grow bags, more tomato and pepper starters. As you can just see, so many tomato starters. Let's see if let's go pull one. Let's see, or not. All right, let's see. Really stuck in there. Oh, it really does not want to come out. There it is. All right. Yeah. I mean, not huge carrots, not huge, but it is what it is. I don't think I would put carrots in grow bags again. But it is what it is. That's just some random weed that I left in there. More peppers. I'm trying to do some cucumbers and zucchini and some eggplant. I know it's late in the season. I do have it covered up right now because the squirrels love to dig. These are all my tomato starters and my pepper starters. It looks like I'm getting my first flower, so that's a good sign. That is my, what is that? Jeez, I'm having a brain fog right here. That's my basil plant. These are all my tomato starters. And one of my goals is to get irrigation in here because I definitely need irrigation. It is a pain to water this every morning, but right now I'm hand watering it and doing the best I can. And let's go over here to the last thing that I forgot to do when we were in front, and that's how we'll end the tour here. These are some generous rain barrels that my neighbor gave me that I'm gonna hook up when I get some help to the gutter system. And I thought we'd end on my roses. I mean, one died, obviously. I've already called up Portland Nursery, and they're gonna let me bring it back and get a credit towards a new one. It was a John F. Kennedy, and it decided that after the rains of early June here in Portland, that all that water, it just surrendered and passed away. But these are just doing exceptionally well. This is my first time doing roses, so I'm super pumped. They all came back. Maybe I need to get some more of these sticks, so because they definitely need some help standing up. I just refertilized them. That one's coming back, and you know, it's my first time doing roses. So this is my homestead, and I hope you had a great time with me today. We did a Gojo style, whatever, Gonzo style, all in one take, no edits. I know it's around 40 minutes, but you know, I wanted you to get an idea of what it's like to be in the Parkrose district in Portland, Oregon, of growing your own food forest, growing your own food. I mean, I just absolutely love growing my own food. I mean, who doesn't love blueberries? I mean, just blueberries are the best. I mean, just look at those. Just randomly being able to come out in your garden and pick food. You save so much from the market. You know, I've taught myself how to make my own ice cream, my own bread, my own jam, my own peanut butter, my own pizzas, everything. It's just wonderful. Oh, and you know what? Before we go there, look, more asparagus. And we got a little moth that seems to be trapped in there, so, or a butterfly. So I'm going to help him get out, and take care of yourself. I will see you next time, and be well with each other. Most excellent, and we'll see you next time. Take care.